we are at a ream furnace here. The reason I'm back is we were out here about a week ago. Condensate pump went bad, so we replaced the condensate pump. But you've got the drain canister on the bottom of this. Is 90% furnace. There's a crack in it. It's leaking water. And our good friends at Ream were nice enough to send us the wrong one the first time. And now, I guess about 4 days later, we have the correct one. So anyway, I'm just back out here to replace that. So let's just see how easy or uneasy this is going to be. Not that familiar with the Ream furnaces and how we put them together. I know we've got this little run trap on there. Oh, I mean, I always thought the purpose of the canister, if I wasn't mistaken, is it's got a built-in trap in it, the way it drains. If I'm wrong, let me know. We'll open this one up when I finish and look. But usually there's an internal trap in it, and the water raises, and then it goes over and drains out. So I don't know what the purpose of that would be, other than it being double trapped. But we'll take that thing apart when I'm done, and we'll look inside of it and actually see how it's designed in there. But anyway, let's get the thing out. Let's see how this works out. So we got the hose, 2 hoses on it. One's coming from the secondary heat exchanger right there, and the other one's coming from the draft motor. So when it drains down in there, it'll drain water into there as well. So let's see if we can get this thing out. And these hoses are fairly stiff. We'll get a little bit more light in there. Okay, well, it slid right off. These are almost like plastic hoses. They're not real pliable. They're not rubber. So I guess they go on there tight enough. Oh, there we go. We got some clamps right here. Well, only one of the clamps are laying there, and we might have taken them off when we came out and then just left them there until we could get back with the right one, maybe. So we'll get the clamps put back on it. Get that one off. Quarter-inch nut driver. Get this screw out. Yeah, so I'm kind of liking this ratcheting 11-in-1 so far. It seems to be working well. Okay, so now let's slide this out, and of course, letting you know that they have glued this thing together. Yep, here's how it's cracked right there. So I don't know how that happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right about there so I can put the new one in there, and then we'll just shorten this drain line a little bit going back to the pump, because I don't keep these fittings for this size pipe on the truck. You think they would just go ahead and make that a 3/4 fitting on all these things? but it is ream, so they probably don't think the same way as most people do. But so I'm going to cut that, and then I'll be able to get this into the new pump, and it'll bring it, maybe about about an inch shorter right there. But then I can adjust where that pump is a little bit to make sure the other end of the drain line, if I need to cut it and make it a little shorter, put a coupling in it, cut a 1/2 inch off there to make sure it reaches. But let me go get my PVC cutters and some PVC. Alright guys, so this is my little PVC bag. Keep some drain pipe in the back of the bed of the truck. This is like got my traps and my fittings in it, just for if I need to do a quick trap replacement. One's clogged up, gunked up, really needs to be replaced rather than cleaned. Rain or shine. Rain or shine, guys. If you use it right, stuff works. And it's just a bag I can just grab and go back under the house, go back in the attic, come back, swap out a trap, things like that. But anyway, so what we're going to do is this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this off. Right about there. There. We'll look inside of it in a minute and see how that thing's made. So I'm going to get the new one in. So here's our new canister right there. Caps of these cans always get stuck, which is why I also keep a set of old channel locks inside the PVC bag. Alright, so before I glue that in, we're going to get the canister mounted back in here. Yep. Turn the light on where I can see. And where I'll line that hole up. Nope. That's loosening. Need to tighten it. Another screw should be right there. I don't see one laying up here anywhere. Should be right there. And of course, the end of that drain tube is sitting right above the screw hole. So trying to come straight down with the screw ain't working. If I can get it started. I'm going to take these gloves off for this one. Get this screw started. There we go. And then I will get my little, nope, not that one, a little clamp. design, offset, ratchet. Wrench. Outstanding design ream. I'd have to pull that thing apart. This may be why the other screw, or it wasn't in the original drain. Let me get a different screw. I've got a zip screw, which has got a sharper point on the end of it. Maybe it'll get into this pre-drilled hole on this fitting a little easier. There. The other one was a Lennox 1/4" screw, so they're a little fatter. Little zip screws. A little bit smaller, sharper point on the end of it. Real easy. Feed it into a pre-drilled hole. And you just got to work it in there a little bit, and once it gets tight enough, I can start turning on it right there. You don't necessarily have to go all the way in. Just deep enough where it's going to hold this canister. The lip of the front of this furnace is kind of high, so the wrench doesn't want to turn without hitting it. Okay. Alright, so we've got that in there. We get our hose clamps back on. So we'll do the one in the back first. This is upstairs unit. Must be a heat pump because it just went in defrost cycle. Alright. Alright. Grab a wrench real quick and squeeze down on this thing. These little knippets, these little tiny knippets come in handy once in a while. And we'll squeeze that hose clamp down right there. And let's get the other one on. On there. That one. There. Tighten that one. And tighten that one. There. Alright, so we got our clamps back on there. We need to get this drain put in. Fit together before I glue anything. It would have been smarter to hook this up before I put the canister in, I guess. What a pain in the ass. It's sitting right up against this one. I don't know how they got that thing in there. Let me clean this thing down with some sandpaper real quick. Alright guys, this is just one of these times where you show up, you think, oh, this is just going to be a quick, simple repair. And you've all had it. You get there, and it just turns into a pain in the ass. So, anyway, this was the one that came off. I mean, and this is the trap itself. The old drain canister, the tubes drain down all the way down into the bottom, the ends of each of the tubes here. It fills with water and it drains. So this acts as the trap. So there didn't need to be a trap on the drain line, but somehow they were able to get that 1/2 inch pipe down into this one. I took the thing back out and I just could not get it in there to save my life. So I even took this little reamer here and tried to go around and score the outside edges, trim them down a little bit, and try to funnel it and get it to go in there. And no matter how hard I tried, that thing wasn't going in there. So anyway, this is the old one. It was cracked, but that's how that thing kind of works. There's pipes sit down in the bottom, they drain the water from the furnace, and then the thing fills and then it drains. So this acts as the trap. They didn't need that trap on there, and since I wasn't getting that in there, what I did is I went and got, which I keep a few of these on the truck because I work on mini splits from time to time. I just went and got a drain adapter. You can see that from a mini split. It's tight rubber on this end. That 3/4 slides right in there. I put some glue in it, but that's tight. And then that drain adapter for the mini split steps down into 3 different sizes. The last size slid back in there perfectly. It was snug, but it went in there just like it was made to. And then I put some glue in there. It's tight. It's not coming out. Snug in there. Packed in there real good. It is what it is. Now I just redid the drain line, got that trap out of it, and then it runs back over there to the condensate pump. But I mean, this is just an example of one of those things you think, oh, this is just going to take a few minutes, and you end up there for 45 minutes tearing things apart. So I had to take it back out to get all that together, to get it to go right. But anyway, he's all set. This thing was busted. I don't know how it cracked. I mean, it didn't crack from them jamming that pipe in there. It doesn't look like. I don't know how they got it to fit in this one, but it would not go in that one for all the money on God's green earth. So anyway, that's kind of how that works there. So there you go. Easy repair gone wrong. Got it fixed though. He's going to be straight. Appreciate you watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.